Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the CEO and founder of a game-changing company that's out to help salespeople. He wants to turn all of them from hunters into farmers. We'll explain next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, on this show, I like to feature disruptors, and I have one in the studio right now. When you think about the sales industry, sales teams across the country, regardless of industry, are suffering. There are so many Gen Zs who are a texting generation, not a talking generation, and so sales teams are suffering. But Daryl Bowen is in the studio. He's the CEO and founder of YouLinc, and he's come up with a solution that is changing the game. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Absolutely. Okay, what is YouLinc?
YouLinc, in short, is a referral partner generation company. And what we do is we introduce sales professionals as well as business owners to their ideal referral partners. And those referral partners will often and optimally share their ideal client.
Yes. Give me one of your success stories.
Absolutely, yeah. So we actually have a client out of Paris, Texas, and he owns he owns a dirt work and excavation company out of Paris, Texas, and his aim is to expand his company not only into DFW, but into Waco as well. So we set up a campaign, and we were targeting decision makers at land developers, real estate developers, companies like that.
Yes.
In a bid to expand into that territory. And we did it in a way that felt more of like a partnership. We weren't trying to sell his company. We were literally just trying to make introductions and generate a partnership with friendly conversation.
And the results?
The results were fantastic. I want to say in our first 6 months, we generated 46 booked appointments for him.
Incredible.
With people, exactly, yeah. With people and these decision makers of the companies he was looking to work with and bid for. And to my last conversation with him, I want to say we generated about 1.2 million in sales for him.
Incredible.
So, yeah.
Congratulations. We're going to scroll down your website, and I want you to talk about how you came up with this idea, because sales is a very, very old industry. I think the cavemen and women were selling to each other.
Correct. Yeah, we won't get into specifics, but yes, they were.
So how did you looked at this industry and you said there must be a better way?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in sales this is year 21 now, and what I've noticed is that there are a lot of lead generation companies out there, and one of the ways that, and really the backbone of how I developed all of my sales was through relationships, right? I used to sell payroll for quite some time for some large companies such as, Paychex. I was later poached by another payroll company, and instead of going door to door and selling to individual coffee shops, I went to the CPA who already had 100 coffee shops in her book of business. So rather than me closing that single coffee shop and a cold introduction, I developed a relationship with a CPA who had 100 of them in her book of business.
Wow.
That way I was able to exponentially grow my sales through that one partnership and that one relationship.
Without giving away trade secrets, you and I talked before the show that we both get dozens of emails a day that promise lead generation, and I see it, and in a nanosecond I'm deleting it. Somebody requests to, match with me on LinkedIn, I accept it, and instantly it's a sales pitch. So how are you different?
So we always tried give first, right? One of the ways that I developed a relationship with CPAs as a payroll representative was, they always had Joe ADP and Sally Paychecks and Paulie Paycom walking in their business. And they would always say, here's some cookies, here's my business card, I want to work with your clients. Well, I said, what can I offer you that would benefit your business more than cookies in my business card? And it was the promise of a client. And I said, if I can go in there and try and give them something that they actually want rather than cookies, I had a much better chance of developing that relationship. So we've applied that methodology to LinkedIn messaging by offering something to our potential target first, rather than actually come out and say, hey, I just want your clients, you know?
Right.
And I always tell our clients, hey, this isn't, we're, we're not trying to pull the rug out from underneath one of these people.
Sure.
We actually genuinely want to develop relationships with people who share the same client base, because then you can reciprocate and that partnership only gets stronger.
What's been the reaction to the company so far?
From who?
Just the people you're telling this to,
Sure.
and your happy clients?
The initial reaction is, you know, when I speak to someone and introduce them to this, they're like, wow, I've never heard of this before. And it's typically, I always get those lead generation emails, but I've never heard of referral partner generation.
Right.
So I would say it's positive. Our clients are very happy with what we've been able to develop for them in terms of, you know, the relationships and the partnerships, as well as um, the scope of the amount of people that they want to work with as well.
Where do you see this going? I mean, is this a multi-billion-dollar company one day?
I'm hot on Elon's tail, but no, you know, I really see this, you know, right now we're trying to target and work with enterprise or with companies at an enterprise level. I've had a few emails from people, I won't name which companies, but they're interested in incorporating this tool into all of their field sales reps toolkits, just kind of running in the background.
Yes.
Really, I think in the next maybe 4 to 5 years, I don't see why we wouldn't have over 100,000 users.
Wow, that's huge.
Which would be fantastic. Not only for us, but for the users on the platform.
And you become the best friend of the salesman or saleswoman because you're helping set that appointment.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm, you know, instead of, you know, you closing one deal, let's close one partner who can send you maybe 20 over the next year.
Beautiful.
And then let's scale.
Wow. Well, I think you're a genius. Let's give you a chance to look into the camera on the left. That's the viewer, and give kind of a final call to action. If somebody is frustrated with their sales team and the amount of appointments that their sales team is setting, why do they need to contact you?
Sure. I think Jeff said it at the top of the show. If you don't want to be the hunter anymore and you want to start farming opportunities, then I think YouLinc is a great option for you. It's the way I built my business. It's the way I see sales going. You know, you don't want to walk into a business owner's shop or location and just start cold pitching your product. You know, if you can get a warm introduction from someone who shares that client with you, I think it's going to be a lot easier to not only close, but I think it's going to make your job easier. It's going to make your life easier. And I think you're going to have a lot more fun doing it.
Outstanding. Well said. We're going to end with the website, which is youlink.us. The great Daryl Bowen. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.